Hello, welcome again. We are covering the subject compressible fluid flow for civil service mains, IFS, and GATE aerospace. So, the next topic in the subject or in the chapter of one dimensional flow with friction is Pano curve. So, here we'll discuss it point wise. First point is friction always drives the Mach number towards 1, deaccelerating supersonic flow and accelerating subsonic flow. So here we have studied that in case of uh, supersonic flow, the Mach number is more than 1 initially, with then the Mach number m2 is less than m1. So it means the flow is going towards sonic flow. So Mach number decreases as it is more than 1. So now it is decreasing, so it is going closer to 1. And in case of subsonic flow, the Mach number initially is less than 1 and it is increasing, so it is going towards 1. So it means the friction always drives the Mach number towards 1, deaccelerating a supersonic flow and accelerating a subsonic flow, like heat addition. Okay, in heat addition also, the Mach number moves towards unity when we have heat, deaccelerating a supersonic flow and accelerating a subsonic flow. Okay, next point is this is emphasized in figure, which is a Euler diagram of one dimensional flow with friction. So this curve is called Pano curve. This is the HS diagram. So this curve is called Pano curve. This is the HS diagram, and this curve is called Pano curve, and is drawn for given set of initial conditions. So these are the initial conditions, and it is drawn for these sets of initial conditions. Next point is point A corresponds to maximum entropy where the flow is sonic. So this is the point where the flow is sonic, and it is corresponding to maximum entropy. So here we can see that the entropy is maximum, and here the flow is sonic also. This point splits the Pano curve into into subsonic. Upper branch is subsonic, m is less than 1, and supersonic portion, this is lower branch. So this is almost the same diagram as we got for Rayleigh curve. In Rayleigh curve we considered heat addition, and in Pano curve we consider friction. So this is supersonic flow, and this is going to become sonic at point A, and this is your subsonic flow, and it is also going to become sonic if friction is considered. This is the entry point and this is the exit point. Next point is if the inlet flow is supersonic and correspond to point 1, then friction causes downstream flow to move closer to point A. If it is supersonic, the friction will cause it to move closer to point A with a consequent decrease of Mach number towards unity. Okay. Next point is each point on the curve between 1 and A. So between this is 1 and this is A is corresponding to the states in region 2. If we take suppose this much of length, then it can be this point. If we take this much of length, then it can be this point. As the length increases, we are moving closer to sonic flow. So each point on the curve between 1 and 8 correspond to certain duct length L. As L is made larger, conditions at the exit move closer to point A. Finally, for a certain value of L, the flow becomes sonic. So here the flow becomes sonic, For this condition, the flow is choked because any further increase in L is not possible. After that, after that point, suppose here the length is your L max or L star, and after that the increase in length is not possible without drastic revision of inlet condition. So we have to change the inlet condition to make a larger length of pipe so that the flow can become solid or not become solid. Now what happens when the length is more than that critical length? Same way as we have studied in value flow. For example, if the inlet condition at point 1 were obtained by expression through the supersonic nozzle, so here we have Mach number more than 1 and it is obtained from the supersonic nozzle, and if L were made larger than that allowed for attaining Mach 1, and if this length is less than critical length, then the flow will remain supersonic and M2 will be greater than 1 and M1 will be greater than 1, but M2 will be less than M1. But if this length is larger than uh, critical length, then again the same way the shock will appear in the nozzle and will make the flow at point 1 sonic, and then the sonic condition will prevail in the pipe due to friction. Okay. But initially the Mach number was more than 1 supersonic. Now if the length is made larger, then the shock will occur here in the nozzle, and this will make the flow sonic, and here the flow will also be sonic, and then the new conditions will develop. Okay. Then a normal shock would form inside the nozzle, and the duct inlet condition would suddenly become subsonic. When the and this on HS diagram is represented by this shock is represented by this 1 2. Here the conditions were supersonic. If the shock occurs, the condition will become sonic or subsonic. Okay. So when the flow initially is supersonic and the length of the duct is more than the uh, length for exit M is equal to 1, the shock will appear between 1 and 2. This is